Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm just gonna do a quick video, just to let everybody know what's going on. All is well right now. Just kind of chilling. Like I said at the last video, I wasn't gonna do too many videos over the summer because everybody should be really out spending time with family and drinking booze and beers and fires and summer stuff. So I didn't really want to bother anybody with any videos. Wasn't really necessary. I'm still doing the same thing when it comes to the whole cancer fight thing. I'm taking my chemo pills and stuff, and for the most part it seems to be holding the line. So I'm kind of just going with the flow, I guess you can say. I don't really know what is, if this stops working, if there's anything left to move forward to. There is a couple things that we were trying to get me in, that CAR T-cell stuff, and there's like another drug that came out of like Cleveland Clinic, but they're still in trials, so I'm not even eligible for them at the moment anyhow. So it's kind of like one of those things where I got to make this work. Well, I can't really make anything work, but I'm hoping that this works long enough to open up one of those other opportunities. I do believe it's working. I haven't been checking, all my lymph nodes and stuff. I just kind of said, you know what, not gonna do it. Not gonna check my, body and stuff for, every week or whatever, because it doesn't really matter. It doesn't make a difference. But I did notice, like I would notice, as I'm doing things throughout the day, if one of the lymph nodes got big, they'd get a little sore and painful, especially in the locations that I have them. Like if I move my arm and stuff, sometimes it like irk you a little bit. And that hasn't been the case. So I haven't felt anything. So I'm pretty sure it's not getting worse. I'm pretty sure we're holding the line, and it might even be getting better. I don't know. But I just kind of did a little bit of medical muting for the beginning of the summer. I had a lot of things to get together. And I'm also trying to learn how to walk again, because that kind of sucked from when that went into my spine. It caused a lot of damage. I don't know if it's going to be permanent or not, but, I'm working through it. I can walk pretty decent now. I fall a lot. I was just in the garden the other day, and I tripped, and it's kind of funny, excuse me, when I fall, because it's like in slow motion. Like I trip and I know I'm tripping, and then I'm like just fall down like halfway through it. I'm like, oh, damn it. And then I just fall down. It's actually quite funny. Becky was laughing. And then I'm down there rolling around on the ground laughing too. So it's a good time. But I am getting better. I get a little bit back, I'm going to say it's really slow because it's nerve, damage. And that takes a long time to heal. That stuff is quite finicky, and it takes time. And I'm working through it. It is painful. It sucks, as you could imagine. I mean, just imagine like a toothache, when you get a toothache and it hits those nerves, how crappy that is. Now imagine that in your whole body, basically. So that kind of sucks a little bit. But I don't know. My theory is if I feel it and it's painful, then it means it's still working. It's not fried, so that's good news. Probably getting a cancer test here done here in the next week or two, and we'll see where we're sitting with that. And I'll probably make a video after we discuss the results of what that test is, because that's going to let me know where I'm at. And I really didn't want to get it done because I'm still like, whatever. I can feel where it's at. I can tell in most places. Some places it hides pretty good, but it's not really on my to-do thing. I got, I'm trying to catch up with things at the house and in life so far, so I've been pretty busy doing that. I have stopped to try to enjoy the summer, and I hope everybody else did the same thing. So that's about it. I'm gonna walk around a little bit, because if I sit too long, everything gets real stiff. It kind of sucks. So I just sit and then I walk around. But it's a beautiful day out. Yeah. Nice day. Nice day to do some work. You know. There's not really much going on. I like that. Honestly, I do like that. I just wish I didn't work so much. Just trying to catch up, you know. I do know that I did talk to, you know, my cancer team, and they asked me to do like MRIs and advanced imaging to try to see how I made it out of that situation in the shape I'm in. So they basically want to do, I think it was like, they were saying it was like 12 hours in an MRI tube. That's a lot. Their main thing is they want to gather data and see, you know, how I made it out in the shape I am. Because like I told you with the situation when I went in my spine, I'm number 11, and it didn't really work out for the folks in front of me. So they kind of want to see, you know, right now, obviously, that regimen worked so far. I'm like I'm coming up on a year out from that whole episode. And thanks, Chucky. Hey, Charles, it's nice to see you, buddy. I try to follow you every now and then when I do get on this Facebook thing. I hope everything's going well for you, man. I'm rooting for you. You do a good job. Charles White, everybody. He's a good fellow. Anyways, what the hell was I talking about? Oh, yeah, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that for them because they're going to get data. They're going to see what worked, what it damaged, you know, whatever, what happened, you know, and they learn from that. Unfortunately, it translates on the patient end like mine, as in 12 hours in an MRI tube. What the hell am I going to do for 12 hours in an MRI tube? It's a good thing I'm like self-motivated and self-entertained, I guess. But I am going to do that here shortly because I want to get them that information. And there's a time window while everything's healing that they can see, okay, well, it broke that one. So they did a lot of chemo in my spine, in my spinal fluid. And then we radiated the living daylights out of the lower part of my spinal cord. I mean, we went to max dosage. So, you know, there's probably some damage. I don't know yet. I don't really know what's going on with that. All I know is what I have to work with and what's working and how far I can take that. And that's pretty much all I needed to know. But I guess it's time to start addressing some of that. I was out on the boat a couple times this year. It was nice weather. When I say a couple times, I really do mean only two. It was such a busy year so far. And then when you weren't busy, the weather wasn't cooperating. So that kind of sucked, you know. It's just one of those things. That's about it. Can't really drink beer that much with this drug regimen. It doesn't let me. It hurts. It actually hurts. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it does. When it doesn't, I have a couple beers because, you know, there's a picnic every once in a while on a hill, so why not? And that's about all I got. Seriously, I didn't make any videos because, you know, me working here at the house and doing what I can do. I mean, that would be fun videos to make because I know everybody'd start laughing because I just do goofy stuff sometimes. I like to have fun when I work. It's a good time. Makes it go by faster, and that's just what I do. But it's not really much to talk about. I'm like in a holding pattern, you know, with the cancer fight, like I said, and I'm trying to catch up with things here at the house. Catch up with life. Life is good. But yeah, that's about it. I hope everybody else is having at least a very eventful summer. Spend time with family. Do some cool stuff. Because I tell you what, it's coming up fast. I'm not like winter's coming, but I hope it takes its time. really don't want to start that yet. It just seems like, I don't know, maybe it was just me, but it seems like this summer just kind of like poof, just went fast, so fast. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. It's going to be hunting season soon. I might go hunting this year. I didn't last year because obviously I was like, paralyzed. So that happened. This year, I don't know if I'd be stable enough to walk through the woods because my legs are still kind of, they're strong in a sense, but they're weak, And if one of my ankles just start roll, I just fall down because some of those muscles, I really need to hit physical therapy, but some of those muscles need to be built back up so I have like balance and stability. Or I don't. I could roll around. Rolling around is fun sometimes. It would just be very demoralizing to me if I hiked my broke ass up a hill in the woods and get almost to the top, and then my goofy ass would like fall the whole way and slide the whole way down. I'd be like, oh God. And it could happen, it could happen like 2 or 3 times in a row. And then after that, I'd be like, you know what? F that hill. I'm leaving. I'm done today. And I don't want to do that. I enjoy being out in the woods. I enjoy walking. I enjoy hunting out in the woods. It's a good time. It's a little bit of serenity. And it's, I don't even really care if I get anything. I just like being out in the woods. It's where I'm supposed to be. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it off this year. I didn't even get a license yet, which is bizarre. I don't know. I'm just going to wing it. It's going to be great. We'll see how we're doing when we get there. That's a fair assessment. Yeah. Well, I'm trying to think. I know what I want to tell. So, yeah, this literally happened. This is not a joke at all. This literally happened to me the other day. So, I have a 2021 Jeep Wrangler. I got rid of my WRX. I got rid of my sports car because I only drove it in the summer. It was my summer car, and it wasn't really practical. And I didn't want to drive my big diesel truck around too much, even though it gets just better, fuel mileage as most cars. But I traded my WRX. I got a Jeep Wrangler Unlimited, and it has an Eco Diesel in it, and it is fantastic. It's a 2021. Love that thing. It's easier for me to get in and out. I went from a standard to it's like the second automatic vehicle I ever bought in my life that I ever owned. I was a little skeptical. I was like, yeah, I'm a standard guy. I like switching gears. It's what I do. And I was kind of like, yeah, should I do this? And well, I can't really use my legs and whatever. There's a lot that went into it. And I'm happy I bought it. It is a treat to drive. It is fun. But this happened to me the other day. So I was getting fuel in Portage, and I'm just like minding my own business. I'm like, okay, I'm just kind of chilling and, filling my Jeep up with fuel like everybody does. You're there to get fuel and maybe a drink and leave, right? So there I am, just minding my own business, just hanging out. It was a nice, cool day and just, relaxing. And this lady came, I didn't even know she was yelling, but she was yelling at me at first. Like, I could just hear this woman's voice just hooping and hollering away. And I'm like, what in the hell is going on? What is going on with this? Here, then I come to find out, she was yelling at me. And I'm like, okay, what did I do? So I start listening, and God, you know what? God bless this one fella, because this guy, he was like a pump, maybe 2 pumps over. He was in a Chevy truck. If I ever find out who he was, I would love to thank him again, because he saved my ass on this. But so this lady's yelling at me and hooping and hollering and just all this bullshit. And after finally I could tell what she was saying, she was yelling at me because I was doing bad things to the environment, because I had a diesel Jeep and it's a 2021 and I shouldn't have such a new vehicle because that's white privilege and all that. Now, I'm not big into politicking. I normally try to steer away from that. And I think that all of our problems that we have in this country right now is because we elevated politicians as kind of like heroes now. And everybody wants to talk about it, and they're not. You shouldn't even waste your time. Tell them to go do their work, and we'll high-five them when they get something done. Whether Republican or Democrat or whatever, just get them out of your life. It's garbage. You should never make a politician a hero. They're a politician. They lie. They don't hold up to their promises. You know, some do. Some do. I will say that. Some do. But get that junk out of your life. It's toxic. It really is. It's more toxic so than chemo. Trust me, I know that. It sucks. So this lady's like hooping and hollering, yelling at me about all that. I didn't know what to say. I was never approached like that, which is weird if I don't have something to say. And I was like, what in the hell is this lady's malfunction? And before I started getting all excited and gave her like a good military style ass chewing, because I'm very good at that. That fella in the Chevy truck down there just laid into her. I mean, he laid into her. And I hate to say this, but I think it's well deserved, but she was a big old broad. Like, she's a big girl. She did not skip a meal. I can tell you that right now. It's probably not healthy for her at all. And I'm not saying that to be rude. I'm not saying that to be sexist. I love all women, shapes, whatever. I get it. Yeah. But this lady, she probably should walk a lot more to be healthy. I want her to be healthy. And she was just hooping and hollering, carrying like chips and stuff. And then she got into like the ugliest kind of Prius looking thing, like after this episode was all said and done, because that guy just totally like laid into this lady. I mean, it was like it was a shouting match. It wasn't like one. It was an absolute shouting match. And there was a lot of stuff said. A lot of that I don't think I need to repeat, but boy, did he give her hell. And afterwards, she finally went in, and I stayed there. I was done filling my Jeep with fuel, and I didn't want to leave the other guy hanging. It felt like we were in it together at that point, and I just waited nicely until he was done pumping fuel, and then we left together, and I thanked him. But the arrogance of that lady, who walks up just willy-nilly, like, to a total stranger, just I didn't say a word to anybody. I was just there pumping fuel in my Jeep, and then just lays into it, telling me I had white privilege because I had a brand new vehicle, and then I was bad against the environment. Where do these people come from? Who are they? Why? And what do you even say to that? Like, I'm a nice guy. Like, what do I even say? Like, I'm like, hey, thanks for sharing your opinion, but you're an idiot. Like, what do you say? I don't know. I was never in that situation before. It was kind of really bizarre. It was just really, really weird. I don't even know. But that happened. That actually happened. It's a true story. And I left, and then, like, afterwards, I thought about it, and it just blew my mind. I was like, how? What go. I wish I would have told her, but, like, just go back home, turn on whatever show that pumps you full of this stupidity and arrogance, eat your freaking Fritos, and shut up. Like, leave people alone. It is not, you're not making changes in this world by being arrogant, abrasive, overly aggressive for no reason, and you don't even fit the part. Like, you got it, like, your vehicle is falling apart. There was holes in it. Like, rust is part of the environment. Like, that happens, things degrade. Like, you should probably fix your house before you yell at other people. And that lady, I'm telling you, it was just amazingly stupid. I've never seen anything like that. But yeah, that happened. So I'm still trying to grapple with that because it just blew my mind. Like, you gotta be shitting me. I don't even know what to say. Like I said, thank goodness for that other fella, because boy, he really laid into that lady. I mean, it was mean. I probably wouldn't have said, some of the stuff he said. But, in the moment, you don't know. You just let her fly, and I guess that was rightly deserved because she was doing the same thing to me for no reason. Maybe it's the bald head. Maybe it is this that just makes people think that they can talk to me or something aggressively. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I gotta start coming up with some comebacks, though. I was not prepared at all for that. Wasn't. Nope. Yeah, that's about the most excitement I had in a while, and I couldn't figure the damn thing out. I should have, like, not to sound creepyish, but I, like, should have followed that person to see kind of what conditions they live in. You know what I mean? Like, were you ever curious about that? They're like, oh my, I have to see this. It's a train wreck of unknown proportions, and you're like, curiosity is the point. Like, I wish I would have known at this point. It might have explained some things, maybe opened the door up to some answers. I'm not sure. But anyways, that was interesting. And that would probably be like the most recent thing. But like I said, I try to steer away from politics and all this shit going on. It's not good for anybody. And it literally makes no sense. Like, if you look at half of the stuff that they're saying, like this woke culture stuff, it is so stupid. It is so dumb. It has no logic behind it whatsoever. And you want to invite that into your life. And then a lot of people try to get behind that. And I'm not saying that it's stupid and dumb because I'm against it. I'm just saying it's stupid because it's legitimately dumb. Like, you should not even... Why? Maybe those folks aren't busy enough in life that they just have all this free time to just think this cockamamie shit up and then make a big deal out of it. Maybe they need to go get a job, like an actual career that they can put this energy and stuff into, instead of bugging everybody else that actually has a job and stuff to do, and then you're bugging people. Like, maybe that might be the answer. I'm just saying it's a plausible theory. I think maybe we could look into it. They look into everything else. They do all these goofy ass investigations into everything else, it seems. So why not that? Spend a couple $100 million and figure out why these people are so goofy. It's just goofy. And like I said, I try to keep that shit out of it. I don't want anything to do with it. And I do. I watch the news. I like to be informed. I watch all different types of news networks also. I don't just watch, Fox or CNN or MSLSD or whatever they are. I don't even know. I try to be balanced. I try to, everybody has a good idea. Everybody has a bad idea. It doesn't matter which side of the fence you're on. But we need to study these people and figure out, like, when I mean study them, I mean, like, maybe lock them in a basement and feed them raw meat for like 2 weeks and to see how aggressive they get. And then let them out. Like, just be like, okay, we studied you. That might not be a good idea, but I don't know. Maybe they'll get really mean. I don't know. But we do need to look into that because it's just getting out of hand. But anyways, that's about my spiel on politicking and politics. They're not worth your time. You got better things to do. Move along. Just, don't elevate politicians. They're all crooks. They really are. Not all. I shouldn't say they're all crooks. That's not a fair thing to say, because there are some ones that were good, but a majority of them, nah. On both sides. I'm just talking, when I say that, I'm talking to everybody. Like, I don't even care what, political affiliation they are. They're not good. So stop doing that and stop worrying about that stuff, because it's just not a smart thing. It's not a good thing. Like I said earlier in the video, it's toxic. I am going to smoke some meats, though. I've been itching to get the smoker back out and do some awesome stuff to eat. I'm trying to decide, I should say, on whether I want to smoke like chicken, salmon, or do either like a pork belly or a brisket again. Now, pork belly I got on lockdown. Brisket, myself and my cousin James just did brisket not too long ago, and it was solid. It was a solid brisket. So I'm getting better with them. And then we did chicken and stuff as well. And that chicken, it came out like it almost tasted like a rotisserie style chicken. It was really great. And I think I want to try that again. get a little creative with like a flavor profile and do that. I did do like one of my shrimp and seafood boil things about a month ago. Turned out as it always did. I have that on lockdown really well. It was pretty good. I tried the blue crabs again because I thought maybe I didn't give them a fair shake, because I wasn't I'm talking like the whole crabs, the one that are like whatever, the blue crab ones, not the like the big king crab legs. These are like the whole things, and I wanted to give it like a fair shake to see if I like it or not. I don't. It's gross. I don't like doing that. The peeling thing and everything, it's not for me. I mean, I love crawfish. I love doing crawfish, so I'm into that. If it's gross, it's good, whatever. But that, nah. I didn't dig that. I didn't dig that at all. I mean, the flavor was good. It's just, I don't know. It was a lot of work to get the meat out, and there's not really that much there. I don't know if it's really economically worth it, because crab and stuff, like all that stuff is really expensive now. And I also heard, like when I can't remember which news I was listening to, but like the price of meat and stuff's about to go through the roof with all this inflation stuff. So, stock up now if you can, because it might be pretty pricey, especially guys like recreational cook like me, for smoking meats and cooking on a fire, because that's what I strive in. Should probably go get a couple things, put in the freezer, and that way it'll get you through this, and that's what I'm pretty much gonna do. But gonna smoke some meats, gonna eat some good stuff, eat some good chow, get back to it. I'll do another video. Like I said, I'll do another video after I figure out the results and everything like that. It might be a couple weeks, but I really just wanted to get on. I don't really have any updates or anything. Like, I'm just holding the line. I'm just going through it, which is a good thing. Trust me, it's a good thing. So, oh well. I got stuff to do. I figured I'd make this video during, a break. I had to sit down and take a break for a little bit. I figured I'd just BS with y'all a little bit in the meantime, just to say hello and show you I'm still kicking. I'm kicking, but I'm not kicking very far, but I'm still kicking. So, all right, I hope everybody had a great summer. I really, really do. I hope you guys are having a great summer. I hope you guys are out doing some awesome stuff. If you are, take pictures, unless it's like really stupid, then don't take pictures, because then it doesn't work out. But have a good time. Drink some beers, drink some wine, drink some moonshine, eat some good food, catch stuff on fire. Just do it. It's summertime. But all right, I'm going to get back to it. And I will catch you guys on the next video. See you later.